This organization is so important for the community. The work that's done here is it's necessary, it's so good. And, just to see how the food bank was able to rise to the occasion in the pandemic, people who never had food insecurity in the past are now seeing it. So, I think that one of the things that is so impressive to me is that you don't have to sell anybody on why the food bank is important in this community. For instance, this past weekend, I had my family, we were out at the mall soliciting donations for Pack the Pantries, and I had my 7-year-old and my 8-year-old walking up to people saying, would you like to make a donation to the food bank? And you don't even get bank out of your mouth before you see people reaching for their wallets. I think that, everybody understands it's necessary, and you're grateful to not need the services, and you're also grateful to know that if you should need the services, they're there. So I think that's the thing about the food bank, is just like universally, you don't have to convince anybody why it's necessary in this community.
In Missouri, over 700,000 of our 6.2 million residents face hunger. Almost 200,000 of them are children. It can begin with a job layoff or a medical emergency and result in a parent not being able to obtain the food needed to feed the family. Studies show that food insecure parents experience anxiety, shame, and embarrassment, and their children sometimes experience delayed development, chronic illnesses, behavioral issues. Fortunately, there's a local nonprofit that exists to address this critically important need. But that wasn't the case in 1981, and so a group of organizations came together to form the Central Missouri Food Bank Network. It would grow in size and scope over the next 42 years into the organization it is today, the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. The food bank distributed 68,000 pounds of food in its first full year of operation. Today, with a staff of around 70, they provide the equivalent of 24 million meals annually to a network of partner agencies across 32 counties. In 1986, the food bank partnered with Second Harvest, the National Food Bank Network, known now as Feeding America. The impact of the partnership was immediate. The food bank's annual distribution of food more than doubled to over 1 million pounds. When the Great Flood of 1993 impacted nearly all of the food bank's service area, the organization acted quickly to respond to the crisis. By the end of that year, it had provided 4.6 million pounds of food and supplies to Missouri citizens, the largest volume shared in the organization's history. That year, the food bank waived the shared maintenance fees it previously charged its partner agencies. The food bank never reinstituted the fees, and to this day, it is the only food bank in Missouri and one of the few in the nation to provide food to partner agencies at no cost. The mid-90s ushered in an era of new opportunities for the food bank as new partners joined in the effort to fight hunger. In 1994, Mizzou's head football coach, Larry Smith, designated the Spring Black and Gold game as a fundraiser for the food bank, asking attendees to donate either $3 or 2 cans of food to be admitted. It marked the beginning of a long-standing relationship between Mizzou Athletics and the food bank. Today, head coach Elijah Drinkwitz leads Score Against Hunger, and the food bank has become the official charitable partner of Mizzou Athletics. The 2000s saw the food bank introduce several programs that still operate today, including senior boxes and school markets. The Buddy Pack program started in 2005 as a pilot program with only 80 students. Today, more than 7,000 children across the food bank service area receive Buddy Packs. In 2010, the organization officially changed its name to the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri, and soon adopted a Foods to Encourage philosophy. It focuses on nutritional foods instead of less expensive, shelf-stable foods. Today, 64% of the food shared annually includes proteins, dairy, whole grains, and fresh and frozen produce. In 2023, the food bank will feed as many as 100,000 Missourians a month across 32 counties through more than 145 partner agencies, nearly 200 schools, and several signature programs.
So we have just experienced tremendous growth at the food bank over almost the last decade, honestly, 9 years almost that I've been in this role. And when you think about who or what is responsible for that, I credit that to two different entities. The first, we are so fortunate to have such a strong board of directors, the leadership that they provide, the expertise, the geographic representation, the skill set. They just are a phenomenal group of people. And then it all comes back to the team at the food bank. It truly does.
For years, the food bank has dreamed of finding a new and larger home for its central pantry. Now a new location on Business Loop 70 West in Columbia is a dream realized. It will allow the operation to expand even further with 8,000 square feet of cold storage, 11,000 square feet of warehouse space, and a demonstration kitchen for nutritional education. It will also provide space to partner agencies, offering housing, utilities, and healthcare resources in the same building. The facility is currently nearing completion. It will be called the Food Bank Market. The larger and better equipped facility will significantly improve access to food and other services while providing an experience that destigmatizes the use of a pantry for food access. 42 years after its founding, the Food Bank is one of the largest organizations in the state dedicated to sharing food and bringing hope. Powered by the community, the Food Bank is thankful for all the donors, volunteers, and advocates that have supported it over the years, including its board of directors. Ladies, gentlemen, and esteemed friends, please welcome into the Boone County Hall of Fame, the first nonprofit ever enshrined, the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri.